Would you introduce yourself?
Sure, Igor. Thanks for having me. I'm Jae Wu. I'm a certified mortgage planner on the west side of Los Angeles, and I've been serving the west side since 1994.
And I'm Igor Korosec with Best Hollywood Homes. A lot of my buyers, they have a question, should they approach me first or you first? I mean, is it a chicken or egg?
My opinion, Igor, is that it's definitely the lender first. Understanding your finances, understanding your money, understanding affordability is a crucial first step towards the path of home ownership.
So how much in advance should somebody who is intending to buy a home call you?
You can never be soon enough for financial preparedness, in my personal opinion. If you can talk with an advisor a year out and plan out what your steps are towards homeownership is the ideal. 6 months should be the minimal time for preparedness before you start looking for a property.
Yeah, yesterday I saw on the MLS, in Studio City, a condo for about 300,000. And I know the trend there is about 1,500.
Sure.
So would it be better for that renter, let's say in Studio City, to buy a condo, and why?
Well, with home ownership, you get many options that you don't get when you're a renter. With home ownership, you have an opportunity for appreciation, and the average that we look at for real estate is 3%.
I remember our conversation with one of my clients a few months ago when you were talking about glass of water. Would you tell to our viewers about that analogy?
Well, money is such an emotional issue for people, and mortgage is always looked upon as debt, like credit card or cars, etc. And if we look at the reason that we have our society is such a payment-focused society versus looking at money from a big picture standpoint and taking the emotion out of it, because we are probably third generation from the Depression era thinking where all debt was looked upon as something evil and bad.
Burden.
Yeah, as a burden. Yeah. However, it's about equity management and utilizing your money wisely. So if you had 2 glass jars and you were told that in this jar you get to save 5% on your money, and this glass jar you put your money in there and you get to earn 7 to 8% on your money, which glass jar would you put your money into? And 100% of the time the answer that I get is the glass jar that has a 7 to 8% return on their money versus saving the 5%. Well, the more you put down on a property, okay, you do not get the opportunity of earning 7 to 8% on the money you tie up in a home. Yes, you may be saving 5% on the greater down payment you put, but you don't get to earn the money. And the compound interest growth is the most ununderstood or unaware that most people I talk to when it comes to advising is the growth of compound interest. If you take a penny, Igor, one penny, and it doubled every single day for 30 days, guess how much 1 penny is worth at the end of 30 days?
I mean, it doubles. It's not 30 pennies.
No, but
it's
1 cent's going to 2 cents,
to
2
cents,
to
4
6 to 12
exactly.
to 24. Imagine what 1 cent. Take the wildest guess what you think 1 cent is at the end of a month, doubling.
About $10.
$2.4 million.
Oh my God!
The power of compound interest growth. Time and interest is what causes wealth.
Exactly.
And giving money an opportunity to have time and earning interest over time is how net worths are created. And you can do it on a calculator, because when I first heard this at 24 years old, I said I made a guess of $1,000 or something. I didn't think about that. But power of interest and money doubling is very big factor. And so that's why when I advise people, really consider where's your money going. I get the fact that, and this is for people who have large savings, people are like, I just want to pay cash for a property. Well, this is a reason why I do not believe in paying cash. You always want to borrow money when you don't need to borrow money. People who tie up cash into a property, and let's say all heck breaks loose and you don't have a job and you've put all your savings into that property, well, guess what? You can't pull it out when you really need it because you don't qualify. And they see the desperation. They fear, the banks can smell when you need something. They want to lend to you when you want it, but not when you need it.
So why should somebody call you versus somebody else?
I actually do care a lot about what's important to you about what you're trying to achieve, and mirror and marry your goals with the prudent financial advice to determine the right path towards choosing a program. It's not like going to a teller at a bank and just getting a very cookie cutter corporate response. I'm a consultant first and foremost in determining what is the most prudent and responsible financial decisions to match your goals.